The obvious question, a disclosure, who came up with the title? I mean with the name.
I mean, we were making a MySpace page.
I suppose it was technically me.
Technically, it was you.
I'm not proud of it because it's it's just a bad story. Well, we made these tunes. Obviously, when we started Disclosure, we didn't have the intention of becoming well known or even slightly known. So yeah, we just making the MySpace, putting the songs on, and I just thought of it randomly. Like there were some papers next to my laptop, and it said terms of disclosure on it. And I just went, yeah, that's it.
Did you like
rubbish
it?
story.
Yeah, I thought it was alright. I didn't really care.
We just
that
didn't
much.
care. I just wanted to put some songs online. At this point as well, we didn't know whether we wanted people to know who we were, if we were going to do an anonymous burial type thing, and just not reveal who we were. But I think once we realised that we wanted to play live, we thought that was a bit stupid. So.
No, but did you ever think of changing the name or?
No, never really had a need to.
It's fine. I don't not like the words. It's fine. It's just it's a name at the end of the day.
Okay.
I like a lot of acts who have terrible names and just let the music do the talking.
Name me one.
Totally enormous, extinct dinosaur.
You're only saying that because you know him. He's not going to kill you.
Okay, it's good. Well, then the title it's called Settle. Oh, yeah. What's the story again?
Settle. The reason it's called that is it stems from this joke that we had with our management about everyone getting a bit too excited about all the kind of success of all the stuff that we had leading up to the album, like Latch and the Jessie Ware remix, I guess. Just everyone getting a bit like, oh my god, oh, it's so exciting, and we had to just kind of tell everyone to settle.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it do to you? The
Sorry.
No problem. What does it do to you that you have really big success and people seem to really like your music? Is it strange feeling? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's good. It's great, but it is quite weird to kind of take in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we only make music really for our own pleasure and our mates. So it's mad that so many people have connected with it, especially recently with songs like Latch and White Noise. Because we know they have a kind of pop element to them. We write them as pop, but it's we don't feel like we're writing the same chart music that's in the charts now. We still feel like we're doing our own thing. So that's why it's surprising that so many people are liking it. I think. So
maybe you're creating the own new style of pop music then.
It's not on purpose though. We're just making the music that comes out. We just let it flow. Yeah. We're not we don't go into the studio saying I'm going to make a tune today that's going to change chart music history forever. We just make a song.
It's strange because we don't really listen to much stuff in the charts. But you get the odd one that we think is cool, but most of it we generally don't like. It just doesn't interest us that much. So for us to be grouped in with everyone like that is an interesting thing because I think it's a good thing that the public, especially in the UK, are willing to kind of listen to different things that aren't necessarily like everything else.
Can you name me a few of the pop artists that you do like?
Yeah, I mean, we listen to Aluna George, obviously. Great, love Kendrick Lamar's album, A$AP Rocky, Duke Dumont. Yeah, there's loads. But then there's also loads that we don't like, who I won't name.
I won't ask you.
Dig in for dirt.
Yeah. No, of course.
Yeah.
No. The thing is, now you know that people really like your music. Is it weird now to create some new music? Does it influence you? Do you think about it?
We try not to, man. I think it's.
You try not to.
I think it's good not to.
I just don't.
No.
Don't need to try. Just don't. Yeah. Don't read the reviews if you don't want to know.
No.
No. When we're in we had the same studio since the start. So it's when we get in that studio and we shut the door, it's just the world goes away and we just making music. Yeah. That's the way it's going to stay as well.
Well, sometimes maybe when you get really used to it, it's harder. Some people say, well, I have a writer's block because we know everyone will hear it and we don't do it for ourselves anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, like for us, I'd happily, this album's done so well, but it doesn't mean, the next album that we're going to put any house music with pop structured songs on at all. I'd happily just keep releasing 500 white labels for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Underground deep house music, that's what we love. But it's as long as really cool singers want to work with us, I'm let's do it. Because I'm not making this music to make money or get famous. we're just making it because it's like
It's what we
love
enjoy.
making music. Like when a singer approaches us, like like Ed McFarlane from Friendly Fires and says he wants to work for us, we don't do it because we want all the blogs to go mad and say, oh my god, Disclosure working with Ed McFarlane. We just do it because it's like he's fucking sick, and it's like, oh, Ed McFarlane's in my studio, we're making tunes. That's great. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good experience for me and Howard to learn about making music.
Yeah. What did you learn about when you?
Well, yeah, especially with him. I mean, because I feel quite connected with Ed, like just because he's a nice guy, but also because like he produces and writes a lot of the Friendly Fire stuff. Not just the singing, but the parts. And I'm not really sure to what extent, but I think quite a lot of it. And I really like that because there's massive influences of house music and that stuff. And it's so good to just pick someone's brains about all that kind of thing. And
especially as we've been massive fans of Friendly Fires since they started, so it's just amazing to be able to kind of take that world that I listen to in my headphones and like write a song with him.
Yeah, it was just great. Like in the session, like we just sat there listening to records for about 6 hours, and then at the end we just kind of wrote something really quickly, and it was just one of those days where it was just like talking about music and chilling. And
Is there one thing that you learned maybe that you can say, well, when we worked with him, well, he taught us, or maybe he showed us something that we didn't think about?
Probably quite a few things, yeah.
Just like he showed us a lot of records we should buy, which we bought, which was cool. I always like hearing about music that we're missing. And
He actually taught us quite a lot about equipment.
Oh yeah, we got some new stuff because of that. Yeah. But I think mainly we that was another one of the songs that we actually had already prepared. Because we're both so busy with him, it was like we kind of wanted to have something ready to go, and we just wrote the melodies and together. He wrote a lot of the words for that one, though, all the words for that one. So yeah, it was kind of like a more individual process, and then come together at the end to make it all blend and work. But yeah, man, just to know Ed and chat to him was interesting. Anyone who's met him knows he's a great guy, a great musical taste.
What did you learn from Eliza Doolittle?
You can talk about that one.
Yeah, well, the Eliza thing was weird because I was a big fan of Eliza's album since when it came out, and obviously
why?
Because I listen to a lot of music like that, like singer-songwriters. It's my thing. I've always listened to stuff like that, and it was just good quality music. So I mean, I was into it, and I kind of pitched the idea to Guy and to our management, just like maybe we should try and get a session with her and just try and write something. And they were all a bit like, really? Like she doesn't do dance music, so they were a bit kind of skeptical. But then it turned out we had this mutual friend with her, so we were able to hook up a session really easily. And it turned out she's a massive fan of 90s garage and like that kind of music, so she completely kind of got it and understood. And it was really easy to write with her because it wasn't like trying to teach someone as you went. She was like on the same level as us straight away, and it was great fun. It's a good session, and it turned out really good.